Hey everybody, welcome back to Matteo's Corner. Sorry it's been a while since I did one of these episodes. The reason why the episodes are so far in between is because I have to find time when no one's really around so I can do this because, I'm doing weird, different voices and some people think it's weird, so apologies. So last time, if I remember correctly, we met up with Tamika. I think that was her name. And that's the one that the guy in the book was talking about. Uh, so I don't know what the hell's going on, and I don't think Julia does either. So let's keep going. You did all this by yourself? Have you seriously seen nothing? Nothing at all. I shake my head. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. Just kind of let the shadows guide me. Is that a La Sombra thing? Never actually talked to any of you. No idea what you guys can actually do. Still learning the ropes myself. Go with the flow and all that. My embrace was just a few months ago. Huh, so you folks are with the Ivory Tower now? Last I checked, you were the Sabbat. With the Sabbat. The Camis wouldn't forgive all the trouble you've caused them overnight. Ooh, the Sabbat. Yes, I know of the Sabbat. An extremist sect that fully enjoys their predatory tendencies and doesn't think highly of mortals. Largely believed to be embroiled in bringing about an eschatal... eschatological, I think? Vampire on vampire conflict known as the Genna War. They were driven away from the West over the last few decades. I've heard that New York City used to be Sabbat controlled until 1999. The La Sombra, my clan, used to be the thinkers behind these wackos, but we've since thrown our lot in with the Camarilla. Ah, that's why they don't like them. Again, I'm practically still a neonate. Neonate? Whatever. I just know there's a lot of bad blood between my clan and the others, and that I can expect at least one glare of pure contempt whenever I visit Elysium. So a neonate, what's that? A teenager. Oh, okay. A teenager in kindred terms knows more than a fledgling but still relatively newly embraced. I'm one, and it'll be a few decades before I grow out of those shoes. Yeah, well, I mean, you just got into this. It was gonna happen. Huh, I see. We smoke in silence for a short while. Hmm. Is there a large SI presence? Let's do that. Is there a large SI presence in New York City? The kindred are classified as a terrorist presence. There's no other American city that was hit as hard by terrorism as this one. All secret agencies need symbolic victories. You do the math. And you're still taking on these guys on here, of all places? You're still taking these guys on here. Oh, as you can see, all around you. Aren't they extremely dangerous? Almost got me for good last year. Took me a few weeks to get back in action. Then why are you doing this? Oh. Those motherfuckers have an unfortunate tendency to hurt people I care about. My brothers, my sisters. I see. I don't know how it is in other cities, but here, funny enough, they only seem to target marginalized and radicalized kindred, ones that could theoretically pose a threat to the current order. Meanwhile, the establishment in New York City hasn't really changed ever since Calibros? Calibros? Celebrus? Stepped down. Quite the opposite. Every SI raid in this city has only strengthened the old paradigm. Almost makes you think that their goal is something other than protecting the citizens from the blank body menace. Tamika throws her cigarette into the puddle, unfinished, and crushes it under her heel. Look at that red moon. Oof, beautiful. That's a beautiful moon. She obviously has difficulty smoking. It's like she's only ever tried it a few times. I assume she saw me carrying a pack and decided to try it to calm her nerves after the battle. Or maybe she just wanted an excuse to make our conversation less awkward. Who knows? So, are you planning to snitch on me, Shadow Girl? Why would I do that? Get this straight. You really think I'm dumb enough to believe for 1 second that a Camarilla investigator would just so happen to stumble upon the alley where I just killed a bunch of SI motherfuckers? If so, you're the one who's dumb, sister. Looks like I need to show her I mean business, just like I showed Nastia yesterday. Look, I couldn't give two shits whether you killed 1 or a dozen or 1,000 SI operatives. Whatever. Do your thing. But I do think you might have been involved in a murder that actually concerns me. Callahan's murder. What? What are you talking about? I found this on his body. Well, what remained of it. I show her the note. She tries to grab it to read it, but I don't let her. Aside from your name, we've got Hope, Agathon, and D'Angelo. You know them? Passingly. Any idea why Callahan would need a list of all your names? I might know why. Yeah. Do you? Absolutely. Do you know a man going by the name of Torque? Huh. Of course I do. Do you know about his connection to Boss Callahan and by proxy to this list and me? No. I'm all ears. Oh boy. I think we're about to be indulged in some juicy information. Ah, goddammit. It's too bad. Too bad. Classified intel, sister. What do you mean by classified? Not free. Oh, great. As if I were in the position to, or could afford, any sort of quid pro quo. But fine, let's hear it. What do you want? She motions toward the bodies. Oh. I've killed too many of these assholes. They're tightening the screws. As it is, New York City is no longer safe for someone like me. Well, not that it ever was. Oh man, bracing for something unreasonable. What I need is a way out of the city. You offer that to me, I give you the intel you need. Oh, would you look at that? That's something I can handle, actually. Yeah. She raises her eyebrows. That's a surprisingly confident answer for a practically still a neonate. I'm something of an immigration officer. Psh, gotta say, you sound awfully close to a cop. Almost as bad. A bureaucrat. I know of a secret pathway that would lead you to the West Coast. 100% safe travel, and if you took it, you'd be untraceable. Sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Wait until you see how much it costs. The only reason I know of this route is because a certain Nazi criminal group reached out to me on account of my position and offered me a mutually beneficial deal regarding illegal kindred travel. What's a Nazi? Oh, the Nosferatu. Clan of the Hidden. The untouchables of our world. Lepers. Sewer rats. Carnies. Scabs. Orlocks. Embraced by a Nosferatu results in extreme disfigurement, a nasty side effect by their blood. Their grotesqueries can mimic birth defects, cancer growths, or horrible injuries. But the Nosferatu are, by default, the most compassionate of the kindred, probably due to the humiliations they suffer on a daily basis. To blend in, some call on the blood to wear the borrowed faces of their victims or to vanish altogether. Others get very, very good at stagecraft, prosthetics, costumes, and makeup. Interesting. Cool. Normally I'd refuse, but they offered me the only thing that can buy me a ton of cash. I mean, that buys a lot of people. Ah, fine then. Money's not an issue. Now, that's something I never had a chance to ever say in earnest. Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that, too. Wish I could say that. Okay, then. You should assist me first. Then we'll figure out how to transport you out of the city. Hell no. Is this really the extent of your negotiation skills? Why would you think this kind of line would work? Well, I'm an optimist. Trying to be, at least. But yeah, we do need a way to open this deal that would satisfy us both. You met Torque before? In the course of your investigation, or before? I wanted to. But on the Anarch side, I only managed to meet Mia, and she wasn't keen on the idea of the two of us meeting. Ah, yes. Mia. Her expression betrays she's got some vicious stories to tell, but it would be beneath her to divulge them. Too bad. Maybe it could be a bonding experience. Oh, now I'm curious. That's to finish. So, here's the thing. A few months ago, Torque and I were together. A lot of things happened. And long story short, I no longer feel close to him. But from what I know, he still feels close to me. Back when I thought there might be something between us, I gave him a ring that has a lot of sentimental value to me. And since these days sentimentality is all that keeps me going, I want it back. So my suggestion is... tell Torque's people I sent you to get inside his base of operations, meet up with him, ask him your questions, and convince him to give my ring back. You get to interrogate him, then I get to have my ring back, then you hear my side of the story, then I get to leave the city with your help. Everybody wins more than once. They'll really let me in because I tell them you sent me. They will. Trust me. Sounds too easy. What caused the two of you to drift apart? Irreconcilable differences in worldview. Well, I assume so. But that's a diplomatic answer. If I'm going to involve myself in the relationship drama of two ex-lovers, I'll need something more to go on. Will you? Yeah. She picks her words carefully. Uh-oh. That's a big sentence. I realized I had become an element of his carefully crafted, protected image. Having me as a radical partner allowed him to present himself as a mediator while paying lip service to revolutionary ideas. A mediator. That's the 21st century for you. Everyone wants to be a middleman these days, and nobody wants to do what's right. You serious? Whenever I hear about Torque from the Encia, they talk about him like he's the second coming of Mao. If he ever seemed that, it's only because from time to time, people like me pushed him into doing an uneasy thing. Ever heard of the southern wolf and the northern fox? Both of them want to eat you for dinner, but only the southern wolf makes it immediately obvious. The tricky northern fox makes eyes and allows you to pet him before taking a bite. Torque loves to surround himself with northern foxes. They talk of compromises. They seem reasonable compared to the opposition, but at the end of the day, they have eyes on the same prize. Power. Hearing this gives me a foreboding feeling, but I can't quite nail down why. Alright, tell me where to go, and I'll tell you where we'll meet later. Oh, I'm just chilling at Torque's when suddenly a shrill, loud voice pierces my eardrums. And what the hell are you doing here? Oh, yay. It's the pissy lady from Torque's Inner Circles. I'm here to see Torque. I figured as much. You should have gone through his security first. Get out. And what if he tells me to stay? Fat chance. Move your ass before I throw you out. I thought you'd be more open to cooperation after our last talk. Not when you're trying to make deals behind my back, you bitch. Oh, Torque looks cool. Look at that guy.
Mia, it's okay.
This guy looks dope. What the heck is he wearing, though? There he is, walking through the door. Oh, one of the most infamous New York City barons, or as some people started calling him, the moment Callahan met his end, the Baron of New York City. Torque, we've talked about this.
The situation is a little different now. Tamika sent her.
What? Bullshit. I wasn't able to track her down for weeks. Well, I did. And guess what? It took me one night, you clown. I've had enough of bitchy henchwoman for this week, so I can't help but put her down. She shoots me a hateful look, but Torque gestures at her to stay silent.
This is a reason to celebrate, not to get mad. Now, if you allowed the two of us a private conversation...
No way. I want to keep an eye on her.
You will keep an eye on the exit, and that will be enough. Please.
He puts down his best authoritative tone, and it works. No protest this time. Mia leaves the room.
When talking to Mia, you mentioned cooperation. First I've heard about it.
I tried to make friends with her so that the investigation would go more smoothly. Looks like it wasn't appreciated.
Sorry about her. She can be overzealous, but usually that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, sure. So has she told you I've been trying to reach you for a few nights?
I don't think so. Have you?
Well, I'm the dumbass the court ordered to investigate Callahan's final death. So considering your connection to the case, I thought it would be prudent for us to talk.
Ah, so that's you.
Yeah. Now, I know you're probably anxious to hear about Tamika.
Surprised to hear you two know each other.
We actually met through this investigation. Anyway, as I was saying, I know you probably can't wait to hear about her, but I'd like to ask you a few questions first.
I understand. Do your job.
Did you know Douglas Callahan?
Of course I did. We were both barons. Kept having professional obligations to meet each other, but that was it.
What was your private opinion of him?
Same as everyone else's. A racist clown, mentally stuck in the 18th century, who spent too much time keeping the anarchs down. I'm glad he's gone.
You mean you're glad he met final death?
Well, you know what they say. Hate to see you go, love to watch you leave.
Weren't you the first kindred who saw his corpse?
I was, but it was his ghouls who found him. By the way, we've established that some of them tampered with the crime scene. They were properly disciplined for that.
Convenient story. Let's move on. What's your alibi for that night?
None. Oh. I was running around town the entire night taking care of various issues. Unrelated to Callahan, but I don't intend to divulge them to someone from the Ivory Tower.
So you have no interest in proving yourself innocent?
My official position was made clear. It's the Camarilla who are to blame. Your job to prove me wrong.
Kurwa Mac. At least for once, can I face a problem that can be solved with pure logic and not politics? Any findings on your side I should know of?
Ask Mia. She's the one who handled the murder scene. I'm not privy to all the details.
Hope D'Angelo Agathon. Any idea who these people are?
Can't recall. Sorry.
The evidence I found suggests a potential link between Callahan and Tamika. Any clue?
I knew both of them well, but as far as I know, they've never met. That's it.
Oh well. Not sure what I expected. He's the kind of guy that could only be pushed to talk if I had something concrete to push with. Time to move on. Well, regarding Tamika...
Finally.
I'll cut straight to the chase. She wanted to inform you she'll be skipping town for a while. The SI is hot on... Yeah, hang on a second. Her voice is really hard for me to do sometimes. Drink some water real quick. There we go. The SI's hot on her trail, and she needs to lose him ASAP.
Oh, I've told her countless times. If she's in danger, I will always be there for her. Does she think she could find a secure way out of the city in this situation?
She's safe.
So you say.
She's got some other friends in high places. She'll manage to get out.
Gotta admit, that's not what I wanted to hear. Or what I wanted to hear. Or expected to hear. Or what I wanted to hear. Why did she decide to contact me?
She wants the ring back.
His aura changes in a blink of an eye. I see now. So that's why she didn't show up herself. Wouldn't even face me when delivering the final insult.
Uh-oh. Looks like I stepped on a landmine.
She said the ring was a symbol of the trust she put in me. No way in hell I'm going to give it away. Not until she gives me the chance to explain myself.
I need that ring to get Tamika to talk. But the way he's acting, it doesn't seem likely he'll be willing to part with it. Might require me to act shitty, but maybe... time to change my approach?
Oh, God.
You know what? We're gonna decide this next time. I can't do this right now. This is a big decision, and we don't have enough time to see what happens with this. So hey, thank you all for joining me today. Hopefully we'll get through more pretty quick next time. I don't know how much of this game is left. I'm expecting a lot. We're already, what, 20 episodes in or something like that? Anyway, y'all... Oh, excuse me. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.